He-who-tamed-maths. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far far away, there used to live the great knight. Of course, he used to have a name, but the knight became famous for his deeds and his occupation, so everyone called him the knight. The knight served his king. As you could guess, the king was not nearly as great as the knight, so his title, as well as his name, Frederick, was pronounced with lowercase letters. One day, King summoned his great knight to the palace. The king, being a very ordinary person, wanted to forge his legacy and receive such a wanted capital letter, so he decided to develop science in his homeland. "Oh, mighty great knight," he said, "every citizen of our homeland is well aware of your glorious deeds. You slayed the Black Dragon, you conquered the filthy barbarian land, you even brought tax evasion to zero, which I'm personally proud of the most. And now, the knight, the time has come for you to make our nation proud once more." So, to his own surprise, the great knight became the head of science division. To be honest, the knight was not very fond of this. He enjoyed the glory of battle, the feeling of enemy slayed, or the weight of money almost well earned. Also, the knight didn't quite admire Frederick, but he had to serve him, as he used to serve his father Henry the Brave. It was his duty after all, and the king paid him, ensuring his eternal loyalty. At least not willing to escape. And most importantly, the knight couldn't stand reading books and long-term thinking. He was a talented commander, otherwise he wouldn't have achieved a status of great, but he was not nearly as good at data analysis and long-term planning of everyday life. At least King provided him with an assistant, Richard, talented, bright-minded man. He could have been the head of science division, if not for his soft heart and total lack of will to command. So, on his first day, the great knight had a talk with him. "So, son." The knight was a bit nervous. He never gave up, though this case was horrific. "I'm not quite fit for this. Not my specialty. Oof. Listen, kiddo. I ain't knowing a thing in this science. Richard could swear he saw the great knight himself sweating. But the king wants me to help our homeland. And never have I failed in enacting my ruler's will. So." The knight stood up and walked to the bookshelf. "I will not give up. And you will help me out." Richard gazed on the title of the book. Scientists suddenly realized the task lying ahead.